When in 2019 I finally started losing weight on this high carb, low fat, whole food, plant-based vegan diet, I focused on the foods I enjoyed the most. And there are 5. Most of the times were 4, but there are 5. And you will be amazed how readily available are these foods, because sometimes I am accused that because I live here in the Canary Islands, where fruits, local fruits, grow all year long, that's why I could sustain my high fruit based lifestyle. And that's a bullshit. That's a lie. That's not true. It's only excuse people put because they have blocks and they don't actually they are not ready to start the journey and to finally lose weight while adopting this lifestyle, this vegan, whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Okay, I will touch in a moment about the foods I enjoyed the most and I ate the most, and to help me lose over 45 pounds, actually over 48 pounds in 2020, because it took me around 9 months to lose weight, the majority of the weight, and to keep it off for the past 3 years. But first, let me present myself. I am Janina Vlad. Vlad, yes, like Vlad Dracula, like the Count. I am from Romania, yes, but for the past 14 years, we moved our lives in Tenerife, Canary Islands, in the North Atlantic. It's closer to Africa than to Europe, to put it that way. And yes, we enjoy a lot of fruits and the good life here. And by the end of this year, we'll move in Costa Rica to enjoy a better, even better lifestyle with even better weather and even better fruits. And I am the founder of leanoncarbs.com. I am a coach in nutrition and I'm a coach in weight loss, and I'm here to help you replicate my results, because it's easy. It's not that easy, it's simple, it's straightforward. The things that you need to do are not complicated or are not out of this world, because you can too live your best life in your leanest body, to have your lowest BMI for the rest of your life, to never struggle with cravings, with cheat meals, with cheat days, with self-loathing because you binged, to never struggle with yo-yo again, to never go up again at a high BMI, to stay below 21 for the rest of your life. And the rest of your life means more years, because this diet promotes healthy longevity. And I'm here for that. That is my biggest mission in life, to help people get healthy and lose weight and never struggle with eating disorders again. And that means, yes, to make friends with calories and with carbs. Because I feel in our society, the fear of calories and the fear of carbs are the main blocks people have when it comes to adopting correctly and staying vegan, and reaping the benefits of staying vegan. Because like I said in a previous video, vegans have the lowest BMI without trying, without dieting, just by getting rid of animal products, which are very high in calorie density, because they are high in fat and they don't have fiber. They are weight promoters. So vegans, just by getting rid of cheese and eggs and other dairy products and meat and all the processed animal products, they have the lowest BMI, 24. But whole food, high carb, low fat vegans have even a lower BMI, like me, below 21. And I'm here to share this message with you. Now to the video. So these foods that are very common in our supermarkets around the world are, first, let's start with my favorite, bananas. Okay, I know, you right now maybe cringe. Write in the comments, when you heard the word banana, what was your first thought? Fear of you like shrinked, isn't it? Yeah, because we are conditioned, we are programmed against bananas, that they have a lot of sugar and they promote obesity and diabetes. And it's not true. That is a lie to promote the same obesogenic food to people and to have clients for their industries, diet industry, pharma industry, all the animal products industry. So they rely on us being dependent on these foods that are very, very sick promoting and weight gain promoting. Imagine if everybody would eat bananas and fruits and vegetables, whole grains and legumes like me, they will lose business. They will have to, of course, shift to other businesses, and they can do it, but they don't want, because they have the profit right now. I am all for the profit. I'm here in this business, of course, to make a nice living. You can make profit helping people or putting people down and make them sick, and to be relying on them to be your client, forever client. So of course it's a lie. It's promoted by them, and you believe that. I believe that as well. I feared bananas a lot, and I used to love so much bananas back when I was in Romania, and I wasn't vegan back then. And bananas, yeah, were a luxury for us. After Ceausescu died and our country opened to the Occident and all the goods come in our country, including bananas, I was mesmerized how something can taste so creamy and delicious. So was one of my favorite food on earth. But I was eating bananas with so much guilt and fearing that I will get fat. No, for the past 12 years, I was eating over 2 pounds of banana, and not 2 pounds waiting with all the peel. No, waiting those 2 pounds after peeling off the peel. Of course, you eat only the flesh. So for the past over a decade, I indulge in so much bananas, so 800 calories of bananas a meal. That's nice. It's a good level of energy intake and help me lose weight. I'm here to testify for bananas. I'm here to support bananas. I'm here to speak up for bananas. I'm here to promote bananas to you. Make friends with bananas. Make friends with bananas. They are your best friend, because look, they are not only packed with water. Wait, water, you might ask? Bananas are so dry. No, bananas have over 70% water. So water, fiber, nutrition, they have amino acids, and all the amino acids as every other plant on earth. So fear no more that these plants don't have proteins. They have fatty acids, they have minerals, they have vitamins, they have a lot of B vitamins, you know? And of course, they excel in having this biggest friend of your life if you want to stay away of cravings, meaning to stay on track, to stay vegan, and to reap the benefits of being vegan. They have glucose, fructose, and sucrose, and some starches. So they have a lot of sugars, a lot of fuel, the right fuel for our species, the right fuel for our cells. Look, when people avoid bananas, avoid sweet fruits, and focus on vegetables, I mean people on this vegan, plant-based, whole food, high-carb lifestyle, when they avoid these foods, they get sluggish. They don't have enough fuel. They don't have enough these simple sugars. When I say simple sugars, I don't mean isolated sugar. I don't mean fructose syrup and table sugar. Those are man-made creations and are processed. They don't have fiber, they don't have water, are dry, and they lack nutrition. They are empty calories. I'm not talking about these artificial foods that don't exist in nature. I'm talking about nature sugars. Nature sugars, plants create from the carbon dioxide in the air, the carbon dioxide we breathe out. They create carbohydrates. I will touch on the chemistry of this in a future video, so subscribe, man, subscribe for more videos like this. And of course, if I'm asking you right now about subscription, I will beg for a like too, because look, I deserve it. I'm saying things that are important and have a great value for you. So like it and share it right now. Pause the video. I wait. You did it? Okay, move on. So, like I said, these people that fear the sugars, natural sugars, will have actually at the end of the day a deficit by focusing on the low in sugar fruits and focusing on non-starchy vegetables, focusing on cruciferous and salad and celery and zucchini and carrots and mushrooms and onions and red bell pepper. All are great and I love them, but as a side dish, man, side dish. Not having my main focus on them and side dish, a small potato or a small or medium sweet potatoes baked. That is an eating disorder pattern. That is a person that use this diet to restrict calories. It's the same eating disorder mentality, mindset. And I have recorded a video about that. I just have to edit it and to upload it. About how people use these plans to restrict as a way to stay in deficit. So these people are sluggish. They have brain fog and they end up craving what? Sweets. And they crave and will eat the sugars anyway, but not the natural sugar, the isolated sugar, the sweets that are made with flour and sugar and oil. And these foods, these ingredients, were my worst enemy when I was trying to lose weight. And I created and uploaded a video about these foods. And when I eliminated them from my diet, I started finally losing weight on this lifestyle. I have a video, so check it out. I will put it also in the description box below to check it out later. So don't fear no more. Fear no more bananas. I see it with my family too. When my sister feared banana and she now eats more than before, but before she said, I cannot stomach more than one banana. Okay, ease yourself in and add one more banana for a week. I'm not telling you to eat from the beginning, like I eat 10 plus bananas. No, I have actually a video about how to make transition slowly to avoid cramps and other digestive issues. It's on my channel. I will link it in the description box below as well. And my sister is eating now more bananas, but still not enough. And of course, she ends up eating chocolate later on in the day and donuts and the pizza from time to time, and of course pies and other cookies. And every time when it's a birthday party, of course she indulges in that cake. I never crave for any cake. I never crave for any cake that's on the table. And I have 2 kids and we have birthdays, even my birthday party, and I have cake even at my birthday party, but for them, because they enjoy so much the cakes. And then I don't crave cakes. Why? Because at the breakfast I eat enough bananas. So 800 calories from bananas. But when I was in the process of losing weight, because I was almost 50 pounds overweight that I'm now, of course I had more kilos, more pounds of body weight to feed. To feed? Yes, to feed. That is why I was eating 1000 plus calories from banana at that meal. Now, of course, because my body is slimmer, I need less calories than before. This is the math of losing weight. And this was about bananas. So make friends with bananas. Of course, I wasn't eating only banana, but this was stable every day. Stable food for me. I was eating, of course, and papaya and mango and apples. This was other of my food of choice, but bananas was king. Okay, second staple food, potatoes. And I include here sweet potatoes, Russell potatoes, sweet potatoes and Russell potatoes. Majority of the time I had mashed potatoes and sometimes baked potatoes. And this is good because they have, of course, starches. Starches are complex carbs, so more molecules of glucose together and make a longer chain that needs more time to be broken down in the process of digestion. And it's complex and release slowly the energy. So people believe that releasing slow the energy it's good because it won't spike your blood sugar, and that's why maybe they avoid bananas because they have much sugar and will spike your blood sugar. I will make a video about diabetes and what actually causes diabetes, because it's not sugar, simple sugar or complex sugar from starchy vegetables. It's not sugar, it's not the glucose that spikes. Because you see a spike in glucose and you believe is the fault of the glucose. It's not. The fault is what's in the cell, what blocks the cell, what makes the cell, muscle cell, resistant to that insulin. And the pancreas must produce more insulin because it's saying this insulin is not enough, it's not working. The cell doesn't open the door for the glucose in the blood. More insulin is released, so spike in insulin as well. No, it's not the fault of the sugar, it's the fault of fat. But about this in a future video. Before I will make that video, check the work of Dr. Neil Barnard. He speaks about the mechanism of getting pre-diabetic and diabetic, and how this diet actually promotes reversing diabetes and is healing the pancreas, and it's making our body more sensitive to insulin. That means less insulin is needed to make the glucose entering in the muscle cells and in the liver cells. Okay, I digress. Going back to potatoes. Potatoes are great, are so satiating. They promote satiety. So they are tasty, they are creamy, they are sweet, and they are great. And sweet potatoes, the orange one inside, oh my god, that's like the best cookie ever. Have you tried? Do you like sweet potatoes? Yes, they are great. You can eat and indulge in those guilt-free. You can eat all your meal of sweet potatoes and you will lose weight. You cannot overeat on those because they have the fiber and the water in. So your stomach will get full and you will get in pain if you want to put more. That is the miracle of these plants that are high in fiber and carbs and water and low in fat, is that they have fewer calories per pound. And our stomach capacity is around 2 pounds per meal. So when you pack in those 2 pounds of stomach, full stomach foods like this, of course you don't end up having surplus. Problem with standard diet is that it's very dry and it's very low in fiber. Animal products have 0 fiber and very high in fat, and that means 2 pounds of a full stomach of those foods gives you a lot of surplus of calories, and that's the reason people get obese on a standard diet, and that's the reason they have to restrict and they don't eat 2 pounds of food. So going back to potatoes, this was one of my biggest friends. Almost all days I had potatoes when I didn't have the nights, because I had potatoes at dinner. When I didn't have potatoes, I had the next one, brown rice. Yes, brown rice. Basmati brown rice is amazing, has an amazing taste, and was staple, not every day, but was my best cereal grain of choice. And I was eating it joined with green salad, like having lettuce and kales and onions and tomatoes and some bell peppers, sometimes simple as that, and sprinkle a little bit of wakame seaweed, and of course, like I said, the big bowl of cooked brown rice when I didn't have the dinner, when I didn't have the potatoes. And this is amazing. The brown rice has amazing filling capacity, so give you satiety, and of course you won't overeat on calories, and gives you enough energy to sustain your body. At the end of the day, what do you think we all eat for? For calories, man, for calories, because calories are our fuel. When you fear calories, you actually fear life. When you avoid eating calories and you enter in deficit, you don't fulfill the purpose of eating. It's so nice. That feeling of satiety, of reaching satiety, is like heaven on earth. Yeah, it's more dopamine released in the brain when you finish the meal and you complete filling up the stomach. and you feel like, I'm done. I'm not stuffed, of course, but I'm done and I'm happy, and I cannot see a food. So after a meal like that, you don't reach for coffee, don't reach for a treat, you don't go to the fridge, and an hour after that, you don't go for the pantry looking for chocolate or something else. 2 hours after that, you don't go to the fridge for a piece of that cake. 3 hours after that, you don't go for the drinks and soda and a coffee. You don't eat because you are nurtured. You are carb up. Carbs, man, carbs are our ideal source of fuel for our species. Glucose is the primary source of fuel. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. You cannot circumvent it. This is the truth for our species. So when you avoid glucose, you will end up eating glucose, like I said, in a form of refined glucose. And of course, that never comes alone. It comes with a high fat percentage. So that promotes obesity, and that makes you going ex-vegan, because you will crave also the animal products with those sugary. You will crave the cheesecake and you will crave the pizza. So that's the truth, man. I didn't invent this situation. I'm here to testify the right way to go. And that was third. Fourth was lentils. Lentils is great. It's very great to me, maybe for a lot of people, but to me that I'm not cooking a lot. So I'm eating fruits at breakfast, fruits at lunch. Sometimes I don't eat fruits at lunch, and I will eat the fifth great staple I had. I will get to that in a moment. And at dinner I will eat starchy vegetables or whole grains that have starch, of course, so they have calories, and veggies aside, like in form of a raw salad or in a form of steamed vegetables, steamed crucifers, steamed mushrooms, and so on and so forth. But lentils are great to me because I found out that I can cook for more days. It's like meal prepping. I'm not meal prepping. I'm against meal prepping, because meal prepping involves sometimes the freezer, and after that you need the microwave, and to me microwave is not a healthy way to cook your food. And it's not about that. I don't like the meal prep. I don't like it. I eat simple than that. But with lentils, I found that in my process of losing weight, of being so convenient actually to make this meal preps, was a big pot, like 10 liters of a pot, the big one, you know, the one, making the stew with lentils and sweet potatoes and some onions and carrots and some other veggies, but was mainly lentils and potatoes with Korean seasonings and no salt. You can add salt, especially if you transition, but I have a video about how to transit to this lifestyle, and having this pot saved me of going in the kitchen with half an hour before eating to cook the dinner. Sometimes my husband did the dinner, but with that pot full of lentils, I found myself released. It was so easy. So I did that for weeks in a row, and after that a pause of eating other things, like I said before, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, or that whole basmati rice, brown rice. And going back to making my stew was for months. So I lost the majority of my weight starting from 2019 at the beginning of 2020. And I believe it's half of that time I was having for dinner versions, not only that recipe, but versions of this lentil stew, and it was great. And of course with the raw salad aside, or only chopped tomatoes, or only chopped cucumbers and red bell peppers. I love red bell peppers. Or only how do you call it? A lot of kale together, a lot of leaves, all that just washed in water and eaten like that, raw. without chopping, without adding seasoning like vinegar or lemon juice. No, just like this, eating as a side dish for this stew. And I was eating 2-3 bowls of that stew. And sometimes, yes, when I was more hungry, I was eating, like I said, 3 bowls, and that big pot didn't last me for too many days. It was only lasting for 3 days, and I had to do it again. And instead of lentils, sometimes I used chickpeas, but I found myself digesting better the lentils. So you will find your way too. Of course, you'll experiment with more legumes. So until now we had bananas, like I said, tomatoes, potatoes and sweet potatoes. We had brown rice and lentils. What do you think? Until now, pretty convenient food that you can, not convenient, but easy to buy foods. They are not exotic foods. No. Nothing out of this world in here. Okay, are you ready for the last one? The last food that helped me lose the majority of my weight. Can you guess? What was that? It's a high carb, yeah. But it's a bit not whole, it's processed. Oats, of course, oat flakes. And I have some weeks and when I wanted to eat whole, so I bought the whole grain of the oat and boiled them. But wasn't that tasty. It was okay. The texture was better because it was that gummy texture of a cooked whole grain, you know, like you have when you eat whole wheat or a whole barley or rye. Is the same. I tried more like this, but I stayed with brown rice in my favorite and my staple grain. But when it comes to oats, I tried to eat whole oats and didn't work for me, for my taste. I didn't took that much pleasure to stick with it. So when I finished that big bag of 1 kilogram, so 2.2 pounds, I didn't buy another one. So oat flakes, soaked in boiled water, sorry. And after an hour, when all the water was disappeared and they grew in volume, I added soy milk and bananas, like 2 or 3 bananas, cinnamon, and a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds. So this oat, and I started the meal because this oat was around 100 grams of dry oat. So after soaking with water was around less than 400 grams. Because oat multiplied his volume like 3.5 times. So it was, let's say, 350 grams of wet flakes or oat flakes with the banana, sometimes with berries and with that flax seeds. But started the meal with a bowl of chopped apples. Yes, apples are amazing for satiety, are amazing for crunchiness, for the texture, for the sweet taste, for the sour taste. I love apples. And here on the island, when we have local production of a lot of tropical fruits, and I still eat a lot of apples. In Costa Rica, when we went we wanted to move there, but story for a different video. When we went in Costa Rica last year, with all those pineapple and jackfruit and other tropical fruits, I craved apples, my apples, because it's different. It's that nice texture. You cannot say that apples are not great food. It's one of my favorite food. Yeah, and because Costa Rica doesn't have a production, they have a very high prices because they import all the apples, so the prices were up. But that wasn't the biggest issue because you buy, okay, if you like it. But they didn't have the taste, of course. They were not that fresh, I suppose. So apples. Now you know it. Now you know it. You know how to lose weight. You know how to replicate my results. So having these foods in abundance and indulge them until you are full. Because having all those fiber and water and having a low content of fat means you don't end up having a surplus of calories with these 2 pounds of food per meal. You don't. So you can indulge guilt-free and fear-free. Fearing no weight gain. You will weight loss. You will drop pounds. You will lean down. Yes, that was my video for today. Whew, was a journey. It took me a while. I deserve a like. I deserve 1,000 likes. I deserve more than that. I know it. I am worthy. Okay, until the next time, check out the videos I recommended you before to learn more about this lifestyle and to put it correctly, to adopt it correctly, and to reap the benefits, and never going back to eating all those foods and never going to be an ex-vegan. Okay, see you next time.